Hi everybody, welcome to the video. This is week 18, I think, and it's Saturday. I want to make this video in one take if I can. I'm not very good at doing long form videos, but I'll give it a go for you, just in case you're interested. So, just in case you're brand new to the channel, my name's Darren. I live in my van full time. My van is a small micro camper Peugeot Expert. It's tiny, but then again, so am I. Well, for the most part. And I'm a bit tired, as you can see. But yeah, took my mum out today and we went to, we were supposed to go to a show in Bradford to go and see my daughter on stage. And it's only a 35-40 minute drive from my mum's dementia home to, where my daughter's performing. Mum went downhill really rapidly as soon as we arrived. So we didn't even get out the car. We just did a quick U-turn, headed straight back to the dementia home. And yeah, got her back. And when we got her back, we sat with the carers and we had a little chat and decided it was a panic attack that she'd had. Apparently it's quite common. Didn't know that. So I learned something, quite common. But it scared the crap out of me. Honestly, it really did. So I've had a really rough day. And it took it out of me. I'm knackered for sure. Anyway, my plan was always to come up to my regular parking space on the Butcher Road, Toby Carvery Overspill car park. Just in case you don't know it, fantastic place. I've said this many times in these videos. Fantastic place to come and stop if you're living in a camper or any vehicle, or maybe you're just coming over to Doncaster for an event or something, and you don't want to fork out for a hotel, but you've got a camper van or a motorhome or something. Then I advise you just come and park it in the car park. The staff are so friendly, they're so nice and kind. Honestly, I can't sing the praises highly enough. But so I came over. I thought, you know what, I'm just going to chill out. So I chilled out in the camper van for a few hours. Watched a few YouTube videos. AB camping. I love his videos. They're great. And something very different about them. And I thought, you know what? I'm a bit hungry. So I made some dinner in the camper. I used my air fryer to cook up some lamb steaklets. Just, the kind of processed lamb things. You may have had them or seen them before, I don't know. Anyway, they're just really quite cheap ones. And I had a couple of those that really did need eating. So I got them out of the freezer, chucked them in the air fryer with some chips on top. Yeah, I know, you're not supposed to cook them all in one thing, but I've only got one pan in my air fryer. Do you know what I mean? It's only a little one, air-free. And chef-free, air-free 300 or whatever it's called. A small 900 watt one. But do you know what? After just less than 15 minutes, everything was cooked in there, just nice. So I'm really grateful to have the power, the electricity to be able to do that. So it's absolutely fantastic. And what else I have? I put the kettle on. I made a brew, again using more electric. And this was all on my recent purchase, the EcoFlow Delta. Had I known it was a really old one, a really old model, I wouldn't have bought it. I'd have spent a little bit more money and bought the newer, more updated one that works on the app. I found out after I bought it that it's not app compliant, which is a bit annoying, but not the end of the world at the end of the day. Given the price, it's an 18. Is it 1800 watt or 1500 watt? I think it's 1800 watts. And it does more than anything that I need to know. I don't need any more oomph, any more power than that thing can provide, let me tell you. But it does go down quick, and it does take quite a long time to charge and regenerate, unfortunately. So there's that side of it. So what I find is it does last me a few days, 3-4 days, if I use it liberally and I don't use the air fryer all the time, the microwave all the time, etc. Do you know what I mean? But it does last me 3 or 4 days. It gets down to about 45-50% in that time. And then I generally, what I do is I put it in a big shopping bag. I went into Pound Stretchers, Poundland, at Snow Hill in Wakefield, and I asked for the biggest shopping bag they do. And it just only, I'm sure you can buy bigger shopping bags, but anyway, it only just fits in there, just squeezes in. And I'm able then to carry it into McDonald's. So I'll order a meal, but I've got to stop doing that for obvious reasons. But anyway, order a meal and a coffee or whatever, and I'll plug it in under the table and just let it charge up and just stretch out and string out that coffee or that meal or whatever it is I purchased. I don't mind buying a coffee. I've got to stop buying those meals, hence the air fryer. But yeah, and so I charge it up at McDonald's, which is what I used to do with my Bluetti EB3A 600 watt, much smaller, much lighter model. The EcoFlow weighs an absolute ton. Oh my God, it fills the bag, and honestly, you've got to keep swapping hands and putting it down and picking it up again and swapping hands and all that sort of thing. Even over a short distance walk, I find. But anyway, to be fair, McDonald's staff don't really care. They don't get paid enough to care what you're plugging in all honesty. So they just leave you to it. And tonight, because I parked behind the Toby Carvery, as I just said earlier, I went in and they said, what? Hey up, how you doing? Because I know quite a few of them now. Yeah, I'm not bad, how are you doing? He says, is it a cause? Do you want a pint of coffee? I always order cause, because it's kind of a lower percentage alcohol and all the rest of it. And I says, well, that depends. Can I stop? He says, yes, you can. He stopped me before I could even ask the question. And with it, yes, of course you can. I said, brilliant. Do you know what? I'm going to try a Madry because I've never had one before. He said, oh, you've never had one? I says, no. So I'm going to try it. And he warned me about how much more stronger it is than the cause and whatnot. It was, dead nice. And I had two Madrys, and that's enough. And yeah. And to be fair, they were nice. They were proper, really, just the taste of it was just really nice. I don't know. Does it taste a little bit fruity, the Madry? I don't know. But it was really nice. It was a nice pint. So I had 2 of those, would you believe? I normally have 1 pint a minute, and that's on course. And I'm not hammered, as you can probably tell, but I'm a little bit tipsy on the Madry. 2 pints. That's my limit. But anyway, when I went in and I said, can I charge? I've got a power bank. I didn't go into details. I said it's a power bank and a laptop and whatnot in my bag. Can I charge it up? Do you mind me plugging in? He says, no, you're all right. He says, there's a plug socket over there, one over there, one over there, one over there. And he told me where all the plug sockets were. So I found one, sat down, plugged in and drank the pint. By the time I finished the first pint, it had charged up from 45% to 100%. And which was grand. And I finished my pint and I brought it back to the van, out of the way, And I went back and had another pint. So that was me. But I'll tell you what happened as well when I was in there. There was a bunch of people in there who were drinking. The regulars, I've seen them there loads of times. But they were drinking, they were having a few pints. They weren't drunk, hammered or anything like that, but they were definitely having a few beers and having a laugh and being raucous. Nothing wrong with that at all. It brought the atmosphere, made it a bit more lively, which is all good. But when I came out with my Bluetti to put it back in the van, they were all getting back in the cars, and there were big Audis and big BMWs and stuff. And I'm thinking, but hang on a minute, you've just drunk the same amount of alcohol as me, and I'm not driving anywhere, sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? I never said anything, obviously. That's not my business, is it? But I was appalled by that, to be quite frank. That said, in all honesty, I don't know what they were drinking. I know it was beer, but hopefully it was alcohol-free beer, because, there's plenty of that around these days in there. So hopefully it was alcohol-free. you know, and hopefully everybody got home safely and there was no incidents and nobody else got hurt either. But, you know, and then I went back in, I had a second pint. I got chatting to one of the bar staff. I was saying, oh, you're watching the football on Sunday? Yes, I'm definitely watching the football on Sunday. And all the rest of it, and having a good gas about it, because they're a good crew, and I like them a lot. And I'd finished my second pint. That is enough. That's my limit. And I came out. As I came out, there were an ambulance in car. But I thought, oh, what's ambulance doing here? And I just walked past, and it was CMS, something medical services. And I thought, oh, they must have parked up for night or something or whatever. Anyway, I went past and could see all the lights on inside the ambulance. I thought, that's a bit odd. And I got around to the side, and there was 2 ambulance people in all the paramedics gear. I thought, right, okay. And one of them had a beer in his hand. Again, to be entirely honest, I couldn't tell you if it was alcohol-free or not. But he was having a beer. And as soon as he saw me, kind of tried to shuffle it out the way. So I'm thinking maybe it wasn't alcohol-free. And there was a very young-looking girl, dressed, shall we say, like a streetwalker, shall we say, walking away from them. And she was definitely 100% underage. And I didn't get a good vibe about that. I thought it might be perfectly innocent. I don't know the ins. I don't know the outs. All I've seen is a young person walking away from 2 adults, one of them with a beer in their hand, and, you know, which may or may not be alcohol-free. And so I don't know any facts. I can't cast any aspersions or anything like that. But that said, it was not a good look. It really wasn't a good look. And when I looked at her, and I looked at him, and I looked at her, and I looked at him, he looked so embarrassed and looked down and just kind of looked really shifty. I just wanted to get out of view as quick as he could. So, you know, that was weird, shall we say. But yeah, it's not my place to cast aspersions, anything like that. But yeah, not a good look for CMS services, something medical services, at all. Not a good look. Either which way you want to, you know, cut it, whatever kind of guilt you want to associate to that yourself. It's just not a good look, whether it's perfectly innocent. That makes sense. So there was that. So yeah, it's been a busy time. Friday was our last day of work for the school holidays. Come on. I'm saying that it wasn't because we always end up working through the holidays, getting prepared for when the new term starts. Do you know what I mean? But we can keep our own hours. We don't have tons to do. We've got bits to do, if that makes sense. That's good. I've got a friend who's passing by this way. She's travelling from Guisborough to Edinburgh, which is where she lives. She's going to see her dad, and then she's off to Edinburgh, where she lives. And she's going to jump off she's got an exchange in Doncaster anyway, jump on a different train. So she's kind of got a bit of a 2.5 hour gap in between. So we're going to meet up and have a coffee and a sandwich or something while she's waiting for her transfer. So that's kind of nice, because when you work online, you don't get to meet your colleagues, you don't get to meet your associates at all, face to face, really. So this will be the first time we've ever met. We've worked together very closely in the same classroom, team teaching and all the rest of it. And she is very good, and we have the same sort of sense of humour, I think. So yeah, so that'd be quite nice. That'd be a really nice thing to do on Monday. I'm looking forward to that. And then that's it. I haven't got any plans really beyond that. Obviously, I want to see the kids and spend time with the kids, and what have you, and my mum. So yeah, money's a bit scarce this summer. I've got to hang back on money and spends and things. I've got to pay for the EcoFlow still. I bought that on Klarna, 3 easy payments over 3 months. It's the only way I can afford it, which is really good. You wonder what they get out of that, because it's interest free, so they're not charging you anything. on top of the purchase. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know what they get out of that financial as a business. But anyway, whatever it is, it's not coming from me. So I'm okay with that. So yeah, the second payment's due out, round about payday, just after payday. And then just one more after that. So that's okay. I'm quite happy. It's a good purchase. I know it's not the model I thought it was going to be in terms of its capabilities with the app. That's the only thing that's bugging me is the app. But it is what it is. So what? You've got to bend over into a small space and press a few buttons. A bit inconvenient, but you know, whatever. That's it. That's all the news I got for this week. So I'm going to try and do these longer form videos in one take, one go. No stopping, no pausing, no hesitating. Boom, done, publish, up on the tinty webs. Now remember that these are mostly for my own memories and my own recall and my own going back to reflect and think, oh yeah, I remember that kind of scenario. Do you know what I mean? And so it's more for that. If you enjoy it, if you're watching it and you enjoy it, then please do let me know by commenting and subscribing to the channel. And the more people we get subscribing, the better the channel does. I do have regularly a few thousand views every month, would you believe, across all the videos, which I'm gobsmacked about. So if you watch these videos, I'm amazed, especially if you're watching it right now at this time. Goodness gracious. But only a very small percentage of those people actually subscribe. So yeah, please do comment and subscribe and get used to, you get all sorts of more content coming at you and coming your way. So there might actually be a bit of a festival on the offing for next weekend, potentially. We'll have to see what the children's plans are, my kids. If they've got plans that they want to spend time with me on that weekend, then I would rather do that, obviously. They're my first priority, always will be, always have been. Okay, but if not, then I wouldn't say it's a festival, more of a gathering, really. More about that close to the time. But guys, listen, thank you very much for listening to me ramble and going on in this vlog style video, because that's what I prefer, just the vlog style videos. The quick, the easy, the simple, boom, 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 put them up. Okay, and I'll keep you posted, and hopefully we'll have something to celebrate with England in the Euros, but we'll see what happens. All right, guys, thanks very much. Do take good care. Please do remember, comment and subscribe. Okay, it doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't. People think, oh, subscribe, how much is that going to cost me? Not a penny. Okay, so comment, subscribe. See you in the next one. Bye.